Hello everyone, welcome back. So today in this video we are going to learn about React hooks. Okay, so I'm going to create a playlist, entire playlist about React hooks. So today we are going to learn about useState in detail. Okay, so useState is a hooks which is used to handle state, okay, within a functional component. If you are talking about class component, then in class component we used to add this dot state, so that we used to handle like the state, okay, within a component. So to do so in functional component we require useState. So this is a hooks which is imported from React. So if you talk about hooks like useState, it's like normally we declare a constant, okay, and either we write whatever name you want to write, so you can write it, and we write a function which will update the state, okay, and set use state, and this will be imported from React as, and we just need to provide the initial state. So initial state, anything you can provide as per your requirement. You can provide this null, object, array, anything as per your requirement you can provide it. The initial state which you provide will be stored over here. Okay, so, okay, so now this is the simplest one. Like this is what a normal use state look like. Okay, so using this you can like I have in, so I will just write over here. So state will be our value, and to set this, okay, on change we can write e, and then we can set the state like e dot target dot value. So this will set the value, and if you log here, so if you log state, so we'll log state over here. Okay, that's fine. So we'll go to the home. Okay, we'll filter out the state. So at first you can see our state is nothing, the initial value. Now we will write something. So as you can see, whenever we are updating it, the value getting changed. Okay, so the value of the state is updating. So this is fine. Now, so we will go in detail about use state. Okay, so what is this, and why do we write this way? Why don't we write likewise? Why don't we write likewise? Okay, so what will happen if you write likewise, and what will happen to the state? Okay, so state is undefined. Okay, so basically what is use state? If someone will write like this, so say me whether this is correct or wrong. Correct way of writing use state, or like this is a different way of writing use state. If in interview they will ask you, they will write likewise and ask you whether this is what will happen. Okay, so let me remove all these things. So I will remove as of now. We'll use it later. So now what will happen? Okay, if you are assuming that what will be the state, so always remember use state can be handled in many different way. Okay, so use state hooks do, use state hooks returns an array, okay, which has the first value or first element of the array will be the state, okay, which will have the initial value, or the value will be stored in the first element of an array, and second element of the array which the use state will return. Okay, basically what it will return, it will return an array. First element will be the state, okay, which will hold the value, and second element will be the function which is used to update the state value. Okay, update the state value. This is the basic thing you should always know. Use state is basically a hooks which returns an array. Okay, array, the first element of array is the state, the value, okay, and the second element of the array is the function which is used to update the value of an state. So now let's see what actually this returns. Okay, so in an interview if someone write like this, don't argue with them. No, this is wrong, we cannot write like this. Likewise we should write with like constant, we should give a square bracket and everything. Okay, so if you'll see, let me refresh it so it will be better. So okay, see over here what we got an array. Okay, array of length 2. The first element is the initial value. For example, we will just change the initial value over here. Okay, So now you will see the first element is the value and the second is the function. It's a function. If you can see, this is a function which is used to update the state. Okay, now comes why we use, why you write likewise, why you write state comma set state. So over here what we are doing is just destructuring. How do we destructure an array? We do it likewise. So this whatever name you can give here, whatever name you can give here, okay, of your choice, and this will be the function name. This can be also anything. I can write over here anything. I will write here myself. So this is a function. This is a function which is going to update the value of an state. Now let's use again this. Okay. So we'll see what. Okay. So over here as we have myself. So I will write over here myself and whatever will be this. So now let's see what is happening. So initial value is this. We will change the initial value. Okay. Now I'm writing here Java. So you can see. So this doesn't mean like always you need to write a state set state. This is just as a standard way we have defined, like we are going and using likewise itself, value and set value, state and set state, count set count, counter set counter, whatever thing which we are using, that is just for our understanding. But you can write anything over here. First will be always a state value and the second will be the function which will update that state. So now let us write likewise. This will be the set state I have written and this is the state I have. Okay, now so what will happen, will this act as a function and this no, this, as I said, whatever name you want to write it over here. This will always be the value and this will always be the function. So now if you will see, this act as a value and this act as a function. So same, nothing changed. Okay, see, so the naming convention is just for your understanding. Okay, now we will come to the different aspect. Okay, now this is fine, but so you can, as I said, we can write anything anyway. Okay, so what will happen, like this is in a state. Okay, and now we know what this will give us. This will return an array of two element. First element will be the state and second element will be the function which will update that state. Okay, so now this is a if you will go, I will log it here. Okay, so I will just remove it so that it will not cause me an error. Okay, so we have a state, use state, and now we are just logging it. Okay, so if you'll see we got an array. Okay, this is fine, we have an array. So now I will use this in different way. Okay, I will show you how differently also we can write it. So if you have an understand like this, as I know this is an array, so the first element of the array is an state, the value. So I will use the first element as value. Now I know the second element of the state is a function. So this is my function. Okay, which is going to update it over here. Now this is fine. Now if you'll see, if you'll go and see what is happening over here, and I will just log it likewise. I will not log this, I will log this. Okay, I will even log state and even log this as well as I will log state. Okay, now this. Okay, so now I will, let me update it. I will see. So you can see over here the value which we updated is updating properly, no issues there. So but how we have written it, we have used uses it likewise, and over here we are using and like going and finding it in the index. So I know this is not the standard way, but if someone in an interview show you or write this type of code, okay, he will write this code and just ask you what will happen, anything. So don't get confused. My understanding is pretty much clear. Don't, and I just want you to understand, like what use state returns is an array, and using that array you can play anything. Either you want to destructure it and destructure it to use it, or else if you will see likewise also you can use it whenever, like how any way you can use it. You just need to know how you need to handle it. Okay, so this is just for your understanding what useState does. Okay, and the second part is like if you see all this type of things over anywhere someone do like this. Okay, so don't get confused like he's doing something. Okay, this is simple thing only. If you understand useState in detail, so you will understand that this is nothing, you can do all these things also. Okay, so sometimes like they just to confuse you and just to understand whether you know in detail or not useState, they used to write likewise. Okay, they don't used to write in code basically, just for in the interview they will just to confuse you, they will ask you all these things, they will show you likewise writing like this. Okay, and they will ask you what you what will be what will be happen over here. Okay, whether this will give you an error or what. Okay, so always remember this will not give you an error. Okay, so that we use normal state like use state likewise value comma set value. Okay, so this is just the state, and this what we over here what we are doing is just destructuring. Constant is also like you can change it let where whatever you want, this is just a variable part. And over here what we are doing is destructuring just for our understanding and simplicity. Rather than that you can do likewise also, you can use it likewise also. Okay, so always remember in detail you should know what use state does. Okay, so if you like this video, do like it. You can subscribe my channel also. Okay, and if you have any doubt related to any of the hooks or any related to this video itself, so you can comment it down. Thank you.